Welcome back to my channel. Today's story starts with a moment so small, so ordinary, that no one realized it would shatter the peace of our entire family. It was supposed to be a simple dinner at my mom's house, the kind where cousins laughed, elders chatted, and kids ran around like little rockets. Before the dinner, in our family group chat, my mom had sent a clear message. This year, no gifts for the kids. It's too much pressure for everyone. I agreed instantly. Money was tight for us, and honestly, I felt relieved. My wife agreed too, smiling softly, knowing our son had been feeling insecure lately because he always compared his toys to his cousin's fancy ones. It's good, she said. This way he won't feel left out. How little we knew how wrong we were. We reached my mom's house and everything seemed normal, until it wasn't. The kids were called to the living room, and my sister-in-law walked in holding several colorful, shiny wrapped gifts. My heart dropped. I looked at my wife, and she looked at me with the same confusion. We agreed on no gifts. So what was this? My sister-in-law smiled proudly and said, "These are for the kids." I couldn't resist. The kids jumped and shouted with joy. 4 gifts. 4 kids. Except mine. My son, my sweet, quiet, soft-hearted 8-year-old, stood at the edge of the group, eyes glowing with hope. The kind of hope that kids don't hide. He waited, and waited, and then, the last gift was handed to his cousin. The room exploded with the sound of wrapping paper ripping. But not from him. My son swallowed hard, trying to smile, trying to pretend it didn't hurt. But kids can't hide heartbreak. Not like adults do. His hands were clasped tightly behind his back. His eyes darted between his cousin's new toys and the floor. He was trying so hard to be strong. My wife nudged me gently, her eyes wet. My mom looked embarrassed, whispering an apology. I told her not to. I'm so sorry, Beta. But sorry meant nothing while my son stood there pretending he didn't exist. I bent down to him and asked, "You okay, buddy?" He nodded fast, too fast. "It's fine, Daddy. I didn't want anything." His voice cracked on the last word, and something inside me snapped. Not in anger, but in a cold, controlled way. A father's way. I stood up and faced my sister-in-law. "We agreed," I said. My voice wasn't loud, but the room went silent. She shrugged casually. "They're just kids. Don't be dramatic. I got gifts for the ones I'm close to." My wife inhaled sharply. My mother looked furious. I felt something colder than anger settle in my chest. "So my son isn't family to you?" I asked. She rolled her eyes. "Look, if you can't afford things, that's not my problem. He won't die without a toy." My son heard that. I saw his shoulders sink. I'll never forget that moment. Ever. I held my son's hand gently and said, "Come on. We're leaving." My wife grabbed her purse immediately. My mother kept apologizing, but I just shook my head. "It's not your fault," I told her. "But I won't let my boy be treated like he's invisible." My sister-in-law laughed, and said, "Oh God, stop being emotional. He's a kid. He'll forget tomorrow." I turned around, looked her straight in the eye, and said, "No. He'll remember exactly who made him feel like he didn't belong." We walked out. My son stayed quiet all the way home, staring out the window. Halfway back, he whispered, "Dad, did I do something wrong?" I swear my chest tightened like someone punched me. "No," I told him. "You did everything right. Some adults are just wrong." When we reached home, I didn't buy him a toy out of pity. No. I wanted him to understand that gifts don't define worth, but love does. So instead, I brought out the surprise I'd been saving for months. A model building kit he'd been talking about forever. Yes, money was tight, but this one thing I had planned for his birthday, months away. But tonight, he needed it more. When I handed it to him, his whole face changed. "For me," he whispered. "Always for you," I said. He hugged me so tightly I felt his heartbeat. That night, while he and my wife assembled the model together, I made a decision. Family is not defined by blood. It's defined by how they treat your child when they think you won't notice. The next morning, my sister-in-law sent a half-hearted text. "Hope you're over it now. Kids forget things easily." I replied with one line, "Kids remember who loved them and who didn't." After that day, I pulled away from that part of the family. Not dramatically, not loudly, just quietly, the way trust fades. They asked why we didn't visit as much. Why we stopped attending every dinner. Why my son didn't run to them anymore. Because children don't forget the moments adults think are small. They don't forget who left them out. And I don't forget the look in my son's eyes that night. The moment he realized not everyone sees him the way his parents do. So yes, we agreed on no gifts. But the real betrayal wasn't the toys. It was the message they sent, that my son didn't matter. And that was something I would never forgive, nor forget.